this first lecture, I'm going to sign into my free Google account and begin exploring Google Drive. Google Drive is a place online where you'll create and store the documents, spreadsheets, forms, and presentations we'll cover in this course. So go ahead and go to google.com in the Chrome web browser. In the upper right hand corner, you're going to click Sign In. Your account probably won't be listed here. You'll just have a sign-in screen. In my case, since I have several accounts, I'm going to pick the account I want. I'm going to go ahead and type my password and choose Sign In. I can tell that I'm signed in because my name shows up at the top. The upper right-hand corner no longer says Sign In, it just has an icon of a picture. We want to go ahead and click the app screen, which is this little set of squares up here in the top, and go down to Drive. There's a lot of things to look at in Drive, and we'll start here on the left-hand side. We'll kind of work our way down. So you notice the first thing that comes up is My Drive. My Drive is a list of any documents, spreadsheet, form, etc. that I have personally created. Anything that I create is going to be housed here. Now, if there's something that's shared with me, so if a colleague shares a file with me, that shows up in the next option over here on the left, Shared with Me. So you'll notice when I click that, I get a different list of files. These are files that were shared with me. I see the title of the file and the share date, and then a picture of the person and the name of the person who shared it with me. In this case, it's just a file from another one of my accounts, but again, you get the concept. Starred are files that you have starred as important. What this simply means is it's a file that you want to access later on quickly and easily. So you'll notice when I go back to My Drive, I've got the star for both my files. If I were to take one of these stars off and we go back to star, you'll see now that only one file shows up with a star. I like to star files, especially in this account I don't have a lot of files. We'll create more as we go. But in my other accounts where I do have a lot of files, I like to star the ones that I know I'm going to be working on in the next few days. Just makes it easier to find them. But again, it's completely up to you. Recent just shows me any files that I've been working on recently. So you notice there's quite a few files in here that I've been working on over the past few days. It just tells me the name of the file, who the owner was, and the last time I opened them. Trash, very similar to a PC. Anything that you've thrown away shows up here. Again, just like a PC, you have to empty your trash. So if you delete a file, it's going to show up here in the trash can. If you want to delete it permanently, you click on it, and then you can choose Delete Forever. It lets you know, hey, if you do this, this file is going to be gone forever. I'm going to go ahead and do that because, again, this was just a temp file, but you get the idea. Just like the standard trash can on your PC, when you delete something, it ends up here first. You have to delete it fully to get it to go away forever. If I want to empty my trash, I can do that up at the top. The next thing I want to look at in the Google Drive is up here under the word Create. Create is exactly that. It allows us to create things. So you'll see Folder, Document, Presentation, Spreadsheet, Form, and Drawing. We're going to look at all of these in subsequent lectures, but the one I want to look at right now is Folder. So I can create a folder, and folders are simply used to organize my files. I'm going to call this Udemy and hit Create, and you'll see it just adds a folder right here. If I want to move a file into that folder, all I need to do is check the box next to it. You'll notice I get a new menu along the top, and I get one that looks like a folder. When I hover over it, it says Move To. I'm going to go ahead and click that. Then I'm going to choose to move it to the Udemy folder. I'll hit Move, and now you'll notice that it's moved out of my main view, and if I click this folder, I'm able to see that file. The other nice thing with folders, if you want to do a little bit more organization, is you can also color code them. So if I check the box next to the folder, I go up here under More, I go down here to Change Color, and I can change the color to make that folder more appealing to me. Again, I'm going to add a couple more folders so you can see what this looks like. My stuff. And again, comes up in that gray color. I simply check the box, go up under the More menu, change color, and I'll choose red this time. The other great thing folders are used for, apart from just organizing stuff, is you can share an entire folder with somebody as opposed to going file by file. So if I wanted to do that, and again, we'll cover this more later, but just to show you while we're here, if I wanted to do that, I check the box next to the folder. Again, I get the More option up at the top, and I go down to Share. you'll see the sharing window pops up. But if I wanted to share this entire folder with somebody else, I could simply type their name down below, choose what edit rights I wanted them to have, and hit send, and they would automatically have access to that folder. And they would have access to anything that I put in that folder. So again, if I'm working on a folder and I want to share it with a colleague, any files that I put in that folder will automatically be shared with that person. Another feature in Google Drive is the search menu. Right along the top, we have a Google search. What this is it's not searching the web, it's actually searching your files. So anything I were to type here, let's say I wanted to I'm searching for a file called first. It's going to pull up any files with the word first in the title or in the document. As you'll notice as we go through this, I don't create a lot of folders, mainly because when I want to find files, I just simply search for them. Again, so I go up to the top and I type either the name of the file, part of the name of the file, or just a word that I know I used in the file, and Google will find that file very quickly for me. So again, if I type first, then I can see it finds two results: my first form, responses, and my first form. Over on the right hand side, a couple things we want to look at over here. We want to look at the way we view files. So on the right hand side, you'll see right now we're in list view. I can choose to see my files in a grid view. What grid view does is it makes it look a little bit more like a traditional computer. So you can see your folders as if they were folders. If I click them, it opens right up. Let me go back here. If I choose a Udemy folder and we're in the grid view, you'll see I see my files more like traditional files on a computer. But again, this is all personal preference. Under the settings menu, you can choose how closely to display files. I typically leave mine in compact, but if you want to change it to comfortable or cozy, that's completely up to you. Under the settings menu, a couple quick settings here. You can change your time zone. You can bold any updates, and it'll let you know how much storage you have. If you're using a free account like I am right now, you get 15 gigs of storage. If you're using a business account or an education account, that amount of space differs. Education, you get 30 gig. I believe in business you can get much more than that. So I'm just going to go back to my drive. So that's a good overview of what Google Drive is itself. The last thing you'll see over here on the left hand side, install Drive for your computer. About a year and a half ago, Google created a version of Drive for your computer itself. If you were to install this, you get an icon in the lower right hand corner, very similar to other file sharing services like Dropbox, which keeps a synced copy of all your files. So you would go down to the right hand corner of your screen, down in your Windows taskbar or on your Mac, you would see a folder called Google Drive. Anything that you were to create in here would show up in that folder. You could also upload things directly through that folder. So again, that's Google Drive. That's all for this lecture.